Hello, everybody. This is Janice Crutchman from St. John the Baptist Dixie Anglican Church in Mississauga, Ontario. I'm not at the church right now. I'm in my basement at home recording this. I am joined by my cat Simon. As you can see, he's napping by the fire this evening, and he may wake up later and join us for the story. He may not. We'll see. I wonder where you are when you're listening to this, when you're joining the circle. I wonder who you're with. It might be with a pet. Maybe you're with your parents or your siblings or a friend or neighbor, or maybe you're enjoying this on your own. Well, whenever you are watching this and wherever you are and whoever you are with at the moment, I am really glad you have joined the circle today. I love having you here and I love being in the circle with you. Thank you. Well, let's start today's story like we always do. There was once someone who said such wonderful things and who did such amazing things that people began to follow him. And one day they just had to ask him, "Who are you?" And he said, "I am the light." Well, the light couldn't stay in just that time, in just that place, with just those people. So the light changed. The light changed so it could be in all times, in all places, and with all people. Where I am today and where you are today, the same light is with us all. Well, now let's get ready for today's story. There's a little bit of getting ready to do, but not much. I will move this table over here, and you will see we have a white cloth or an underlay for today's story. Other days we will have other colors, but today we have white. And if you watch the recording of the worship service with the hymns and with the sermon and with the readings, if you watch that carefully, you will see they are also using white cloths today. On other days, in other seasons, they will use other colors. And that's because the church uses different colors to mark different seasons of the year and different colors for different days. And the way the church tells time, the calendar the church uses, is a very interesting story that we will tell soon. Sometime in maybe next week even, we will tell the story of the circle of the church year and how all the different colors work. But for now, we will use white. And now, I think we are ready for today's story. This is the Christ child, reaching out to give you a hug. This is the mother, Mary. And this is the father, Joseph. This is the donkey that went with them when they made their way to Bethlehem to be counted by the Roman soldiers. Now, I've been told that when you are about to have a child, walking can be very difficult. So Mary would get on the donkey and ride. But I also understand that when you are about to give birth, riding on a donkey can be very uncomfortable. So Mary would get off and walk. This is the cow who was surprised when she went to get her breakfast in her feeding trough, the manger, and there was a baby there. This is a shepherd. There were many shepherds there that day. but we will use this one to help tell the story. These are the sheep. There were many, many sheep at this story, but we will use these two to help us tell the story today. When the shepherds saw the great light in the sky, they were afraid. I would be too. And then when they saw the angels, they were very afraid. Until they heard what the angels were saying. They said, "Tidings of great joy. Quick, go to Bethlehem. Something has happened there that changes everything." These are the Magi. The kings. The wise men. They were so smart that people in their country thought they were magic. And so they were called Magi, which is where we get our word for magic from. They knew so much about so many things, but the thing they knew most about was the sky. And so when they saw the wild star, it was not on any map of the sky that they had known about. So they followed it, and it took them to the Christ child. And they brought their gifts of gold and frankincense and myrrh. Well, the child grew up and became an adult and died on the cross, which is very sad, but also wonderful in an Easter kind of way, because the child who was there in just that time, in just that place, with just those people, could now be in every time, in every place, for every people, reaching out to give us a hug. I wonder if this story is familiar to you. Probably is. You may have heard it told this way. You may have heard it told a little bit differently. But I wonder if it is familiar to you. I wonder if there is any part of this story that we could take away and still have everything we need to tell the story. I wonder if there is anything extra that we could add to the story. I know at St. John's Dixie, we have a set of figures similar to this that we use to tell this story around Christmas time. And the set of figures we have there includes a camel. So I wonder how you might tell this story and include a part for the camel. I wonder if you have a set of figures like this at home. I wonder if they're like this, or I wonder if they're a little bit different. I wonder if you might want to tell this story with the figures you have. Now, if you have one of these sets at home, you might want to take it out and tell the story. But if you do, be careful to ask first, because sometimes figures like this, or creche scenes, or creche figures, they're sometimes called, sometimes they are very fragile, sometimes they're very old or very important to people. So if you're using your figures at home, be careful with them. Next time you're at church, you're welcome to take these out and use them. They're your stories, and you can use them anytime you want. I wonder, it would be fun, wouldn't it, if you could make figures like this, your own set of figures, and tell this story yourself at home. These are wood, but you could use clay and shape the figures whichever ones you want. You could use the rolls of cardboard from the center of a roll of paper towels, and you could cut it into two pieces for the taller figures, or you could cut one roll into maybe 3 pieces for the medium-sized ones, or even smaller pieces for the smaller figures. But something like that roll of cardboard would stand up like this, and that might be a good idea too. I wish we could meet in person. I wish we could gather in person and wonder. You can wonder a bit when you're alone, but it is so much nicer to wonder with other people. I could hear if you have any ideas when I ask a question. I could hear what you're wondering about, if you have any questions. If there's anything that you wonder if it could be like this or like that, I'd love to hear that. One day we will be able to meet again in person and wonder together as a group. Most of us will. Maybe before that we could gather online in a session like you might have set up for your classes if you're going to school on computer at home. Maybe we could do that. But until then, I do have an email at church now that goes straight to me. Maybe we could put the email address up now so you can see it. And now, for now, if you have any ideas for things I've been wondering about, if you're wondering about anything yourself, if you make any of these figures, I'd love to see pictures of that. If you have any questions for me, I'd love to talk about that. So please do email me and we'll have a conversation that way. And please know that if you send me anything, a question or a picture, I will not share it with anyone unless you tell me that it's okay. Just like when we're gathering in person, if we have a session like this in person and there's any question you have or anything you make, it's up to you if you share it. So if you want to share anything with me, thank you. And I won't share it with anyone else unless you tell me it's okay. I hope you send in some questions of your own. I hope you send in pictures. And I hope you can join me next week for another Godly Play Circle. Thank you, everyone. See you next time.